sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It means you cannot compare the hadi of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa with the hadi of others. The guidance of others. One is guided, one comes from his own things. Allah says in the Quran, Muhammadun Rasulullah. This is a refutation. The first part of the ayah talks about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The second part of the ayah talks about the Sahaba al-Kiram radiallahu ta'ala anhum and showing us how high their status is. The first part that talks about the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is saying Muhammadun Rasulullah. Al-Quran always gives us ayahs and statements that are very simple yet very profound in their meaning. Notice, أَفَمَنْ يَخْلُقْ كَمَنْ لَا يَخْلُقْ. Is he who creates like he who doesn't create? Very simple, very meaningful. The core of Islam. أَأَنْتُمْ تَزْرَعُونَهُ أَمْ نَحْنُ الزَّارِعُونَ. The farms that you do it or we do it? Very simple. Everybody understands it. But the meaning is very profound and very core in the Aqidah of Muslims. Allah says, Muhammadun Rasulullah. You say this is a refutation? Absolutely. This is a big refutation because it's a refutation on those who say that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he brought on, he just came up with a few things. He was a genius man. Genius is not a prophet. Prophet, his description is a prophet. Nabiyullah, Rasulullah. This is a description. Someone you work your own mind and you get your own ideas. Muhammadun Rasulullah. It means it's a refutation on those who say that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he brought his own deen. He brought his own ideas. It's also a refutation to those who say that the Prophet makes mistakes. That the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is not infallible. Mujtahid. Some people say that the Nabi Mujtahid. He looks, he sees what he has, he makes his best decision. Allah comes to tell us, Al-Quran comes to tell us in this ayah, that Muhammadun Rasulullah. It's not a matter of ijtihad. It's not a matter of an opinion. He is connected to the skies. He is connected to heavens. He is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. لا ينطق عن الهوى إن هو إلا وحي يوحى. Not a matter of ijtihad or opinions. He's right in this, he's wrong in this. Like some people say. Because they want to make the Prophet ﷺ a human being, plain and simple. Though he is a human being, but unlike other human beings. Why? Because Muhammadun Rasulullah. Not every human being has Rasulullah after his name. But the Nabi al-A'zam والرسول الأكرم صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم has this, and that makes him different. صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وآله. نور على نور, حق على حق, صلى الله عليه وسلم. الصحابة الكرام understood this meaning. That's why Allah elevated them. Why do we say الصحابة الكرام رضي الله عنهم وأرضاهم? Because they understood these meanings. They realized who they're dealing with. They knew. When Allah says, وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ فِيكُمْ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. Notice, Allah says in the Quran, فَاعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. فَاعْلَمْ means acquire knowledge. It doesn't mean say. It doesn't mean write. It doesn't mean utter. It says acquire knowledge of لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. فَاعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Also the Quran says, وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ فِيكُمْ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. Acquire knowledge. You need knowledge to acquire. It's not a matter of just like saying, no. Acquire, you have to acquire knowledge that among you to know who is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. As-Sahaba al-Kiram realized this. That's why the next part of the ayah talks about As-Sahaba radiallahu anhum and shows us their high status and high honor. Subhanallah. Notice, Allah says in the Quran, Muhammadun Rasulullah walladina ma'ah. Those who are with him. Who are with him? Sahaba radiallahu anhum. Those who are with him. Now Allah tells us, why are they so high in status? Why are they so honorable? Why are they elevated? The Quran goes through their characteristics. The Quran goes through their attributes. Allah wants to show you Their attributes, why did they deserve to be so high? Are they? No, they're not infallible. But yet they are so high in their status. محمد رسول الله والذين معه الصحابة الكرام أشداء على الكفار. First of all, they were with him. الذين معه, that means they were with him. Something that people after the Sahaba cannot attain. And being in the physical presence of the most beloved sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. One. Second thing. Look at the ayah. أشداء على الكفار, tough on the kuffar. Tough on the kuffar meaning they don't compromise their religion. They're not compromising their deen. They're firm when it comes to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Makkah was conquered and liberated, as you know, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam with the Muslims, with the army of Muslims, came to Makkah. Some criminals who killed people, who stealing things, robbers, etc., etc. These people were hiding from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam issued a fatwa of getting all of them, put them to the just trial. You did the crime, you have to do the time. Some people went into one of the houses. Some of these criminals who were wanted, they went in the house of Fakhida bint Abi Talib. Fakhida is the sister of Ali ibn Abi Talib, his own sister. Her husband was friends with these people, some of these people. When the Prophet ﷺ came and they wanted these people, some of these people went into that house of the husband of Fakhida bint Abi Talib, the sister of Ali, her husband, and they hid in the house. It was strange, they said, who's going to go? Ali's side. So sister's side. Of course, coming to Makkah, as we know, the circumstance of coming to Makkah, Ali مدجج في السلاح, is filled with weapons, the shields, that, and the amana, you cannot see anything except his eyes. He goes to the house, and he tells the people behind him, you wait, don't go, let me handle it. Tough. Knocks the door, she opened the door, he said, get them out. Get them out. She doesn't see who he is. She doesn't recognize her own brother. Get them out. She says, don't you know who I am? Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is my own cousin. Ali is my brother. Don't you know him? You're trying to come to tell me like this? He said, get them out. And then he took out his amana. She saw him. She said, it's you? Wallah, I will go to Rasool and complain about you. You're coming to my house. Get them out first. You get them out, then we'll go. They got him out. She went to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. She said, Ya Rasulullah, he is my own brother. He's telling me this. He said, إِنَّهُ خَيْشٍ فِي اللَّهِ. He is tough in the deen of Allah. أشداء على الكفار رحماء بينهم. Look at this picture. Contrast. أشداء, tough on the kuffar, yet very merciful amongst each other. I'll give another picture. في معركة أحد, at the end of Uhud. As you know, Muslims suffered a lot of wounded people, a lot of wounded Sahaba on the ground. And some of the Muslims were carrying some water. When someone is bleeding, the first thing they want, because they're losing fluid, the first thing they want is to drink water, more than anything else. Was Sahaba lying next to each other? Tens and tens of Sahaba lying down, wounded, maybe losing their life in a minute, and one comes with some water, and he says, please drink some water. He says, no, give it to the one next to me. He's probably more needy of it. He goes to the next one. He says, no, I don't think, give it to the one next to me. He's more needy of it. Then he goes to the next one. He says, give it to the next one to me. He's more needy of it. Until he goes to the last one, he says, the first one passed to Al-Jannah. And the second one went to Al-Jannah. And the third one went to Al-Jannah. And they all went to Jannah. SubhanAllah. Rahmah amongst them. When you need it most, Ar-Rahmah. Not when you can do it. Ar-Rahman is when you can do it. When you are in control, you can be revengeful. This is when you show your mercy. This is the Khutbah, this is the power. And Nabi A'lam sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he went to Makkah, with all the army and all the Muslims, he easily could have said, kill them all. They said, Mother. He said, what do you think I'm going to do with you? What do you think I'm going to do with you? Fair would have been just to put them on trial. Those who killed, most of them killed people, just kill them. Fair. But on the standard of mercy, fair is different when it applies to the standard of rahmah. وَالنَّبِيُّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَآلِهِ وَسَلَّمَ وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Rahmah for everyone. He said, اذهبوا فأنتم الخلقاء. Go, you are free. One after one you can, you are giving this mercy. Two, أشداء على الكفار رحماء بينهم. What else? Is that it? That's not it. يبتغون فضلا من الله. Before that, محمد رسول الله والذين معه أشداء على الكفار رحماء بينهم تراهم ركعا سجدا. الله أكبر. That's their fourth characteristic of Sahaba al-Kiram radiallahu anhu. What do you see them? What is their characteristic? The Quran tells you, you will see them ruk'an sujjada. It means they occupy with ruku' and sujood to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want to ask yourself, where are these characteristics? Does that mean all their time they're doing ruku' and sujood? No, it doesn't mean that. It means after they do their other obligations to their families, when they do their obligations to their elderly, when they do their obligations to their community, when they finish their obligations, their time is filled with ruku' and sujood to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, he comes to, a man comes and tells him, there is this man sitting in the masjid, all he's doing is i'tikaf, ruku' and sujood, prostration and making ruku' and salah. He brought him over, he said, what do you think you're doing? He said, yeah, I'm trying to pray. Do you think that sky will start sending you gold and silver? Go and work. Go and work. The wife of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, Al-Ninowy radiallahu ta'ala anhu warḍah. His wife was a very known woman in Quraysh. She was known for her etiquette, for her high class, beauty, all these things. She goes and visits Sayyida Aisha al-Mu'mineen radiyallahu ta'ala anha warḍah. Sayyida Aisha looks at her, she sees her, she's not taking care of herself. She says, why are you like this? You're not taking care of yourself. In the old days, you used to look glamorous, all these things, and within limits, not look glamorous like people nowadays. She told her, the wife of Sayyidina Uthman ibn Maz'un, she told her, well, Uthman ibn Maz'un, my husband, he doesn't have a need for us. What do you mean? Well, he's always in the masjid, and when he's not in the masjid, he's always ruku' and sujood the whole night, the whole day, fasting the whole day, doing ruku', qiyam the whole night, etc., etc. Has no time for me. And Sayyidah Aisha took this meaning. She went to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and she told the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam about this. وَالنَّبِيُّ صلى الله عليه وسلم أولى بالمؤمنين من أنفسهم. He calls Uthman ibn Maz'un radiallahu anhu, come here. He comes to the Prophet and says, what do you think you're doing? Sunnah. إِنَّ لِنَفْسِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا. Your nafs, your body has right on you. Your family has right on you. وَإِنَّ لِرَبِّكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا. Also your Lord, your Creator, also has right upon you. كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ. Everyone among you is responsible. You have responsibilities, and you have to fulfill these responsibilities. تَرَاهُمْ رُكَّعًا سُجَّدًا. But their time is filled with ruku' and sujood. Their time that is very valuable, yet very easily lost. وَالْوَقْتُ أَثْمَنُ مَا عُنِيكَ بِحِفْظِهِ وَتَرَاهُ أَسْهَلُ مَا عَلَيْكَ يَضِيعُ. Time is the most valuable thing that you are given to take care of, and it's the easiest thing to be lost. And it's the ayah as if they are showing you the characteristics of the Sahaba to tell you what you fill your time with. Because like Ibn Ata'ala rahimahullah mentioned, نفسك إن لم تشغلها بالحق شغلتك بالباطل. Your nafs, if you don't occupy with the haqq, it will occupy you with the batil. Notice? But the Sahaba al-Kiram radiallahu anhum, they occupied their time with ruk'an, تراهم ركعا سجدا. تراهم ركعا سجدا. يبتغون فضلا. What do they want? يبتغون ركوع and sujood. What do they want? يبتغون فضلا من الله ورضوانا. This is it. Another, the ayah continues. situation, another characteristic of the Sahaba. Because many people, when they, for example, go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they go to Allah, they have many different agendas. What's the agenda? Yeah. For example, one who does repentance, he does tawbah, but he does tawbah because he's afraid of disease. He doesn't commit any adultery or nothing, he's afraid of disease. He's afraid, he doesn't steal, he's afraid of being exposed. He doesn't do this, he doesn't lie, he's afraid of people calling him liar. Notice? لا. As-Sahaba al-Kiram, Allah, when He commands them, He says, يَبْتَغُونَ فَضْلًا مِنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانًا. And their salah, and their siyam, and their ruku', and their sujood, and their honesty, and their straightforwardness, etc. All these things are only for Allah. Nobody else. يَبْتَغُونَ فَضْلًا مِنَ اللَّهِ. Not from anybody else. فَضْلًا مِنَ Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَرِضْوَانًا. Al-Fadl means the ni'mah, the bounty. There's difference between Fadl and Ridwan. Allah mentioned, يَبْتَغُونَ فَضْلًا وَرِضْوَانًا. What's the difference between the Fadl and the Ridwan? There is a difference. The Fadl is the bounty and ni'mah. Allah gave example. Allah gave you your sight and gave you your hearing. This is Fadl in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? But also Allah keeps doing His fadl on you by having you have your sight and keep having you have your hearing. Continuous fadl from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have your sight every single day. You need to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for it because many people don't. You can walk to the masjid, many people can't, and they look at you and they wish that they were in your shoes. This is the fadl from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have the thought to come to the masjid. This is among the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have this thought, many people don't want to come to the masjid. You have your hearing. You can walk. This is fadl from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you don't properly thank this bounty, it may be removed from you. Therefore Allah says, Quran Kareem, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If you are thankful, truly thankful, then this bounty will be increased. Subhanallah. But the bounties may be revoked any minute. And then, oh, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. But this is the same thing that happens in the end when people pass and die. I wish, this. But Allah tells us in the Quran that they are lying. Even if they went back, they would do that. يَبْتَغُونَ فَضْلًا مِنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانًا. Al-Fadl wa Izza. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards you or gives you this bounty. Ar-Ridwan is Ar-Ridwan that you are covered with the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That the mercy of Allah is pouring on you. That's why Allah in the Quran says about the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, لَقَدْ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ إِذْ يُبَايِعُونَكَ تَحْتَ الشَّجَرَةِ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ. All these things. The Rahmah and the Ridwan is covering them. Notice? Ar-Ridwan is different. When the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala covers you and protects you, it's still giving you your sight and the bounties and all these things. Much different. Yeah, some of you may work your whole life, but you still can't afford a home. Many people work their whole lives, they can't afford to buy a house. Oh no. Yet the Muslims still, despite all that, they want to have a big house in Jannah. Big house. And to you comes the Spirit. وَيَطُوفُ عَلَيْهِمْ إِذَا رَأَيْتَهُمْ حَسِبْتَهُمْ لُؤْلُؤًا مَنْثُورًا وَإِذَا رَأَيْتَ ثَمَّ رَأَيْتَ مُلْكًا نَعِيمًا وَمُلْكًا كَبِيرًا. The ayah of the Quran takes you on the Jannah. And how do you see when the ayah is telling you, if you look truly, really, and you see the truth, and you see in front of you, you will see na'im, huge bounties, huge things, and mulk, kingdoms, kabir, massive. This is the kind of thing that the believers are yearning for, they want to go for, but it needs work. Ar-Ridwan can only get you through there. Ar-Ridwan, how can you get Ar-Ridwan? By being thankful to the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By being thankful to the ni'am of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِنْ تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. You cannot count the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But how do you then be thankful? By following Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. تراهم ركعا سجدا يبتغون فضلا من الله ورضوانه سيماهم في وجوههم من أثر السجود. They have signs. Allah says this is the last characteristics, or actually among the characteristics, not the last. About the Sahaba kiram anhum, simahum fi wujuhihim. They have signs on their faces. From what? From the effects of sujood. Some people think the sign is simply a shaded area. A sign is the nur. Nuruhum yas'a bayna aydihim. Their nur comes between their hands. Their nur is ahead of them. Not simply a sign. Some people go with it. The sign is given. It's given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because as-salah nur, was-siyam nur, wal-Quran nur, wal-qiyam nur, wal-tahajjud nur, وحب الله نور، حب الرسول نور، حب الصحابة نور، حب أهل البيت نور، فعل الخيرات نور، ترك المنكرات نور. If you do all these things, you'll be nur. And therefore, you don't, justification, you don't need it from other people. It comes from subhanahu wa ta'ala. تراهم ركعا سجدا. سجدا يبتغون فضلا من الله ورضوانه سيماهم في وجوههم من أثر السجود. Because of doing so much sujood, and the sujood, the human being is the closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you want to ask dua when you are on the status of sujood. Do when you salah sujood and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as much as you can. Save your dua for sujood. Then in the middle of the night, do that sujood and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But this sujood, if you continue doing the sujood at night, with tahajjud, with qiyam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you special reward. Try it. Al-Quran says you will. What kind of, some people were called as like a sajjad. Some people were known by being people of sujood, like a sajjad. Ali ibn Hussein Zayn al-Abidin, his other name is as-sajjad. Why is he named as as-sajjad? Because he does lots of sujood. There was narrations that he had 500 trees that were close to him in the desert, and next to every tree in the oasis in the desert, and next to every tree at night he goes and prays to rak'ah. Therefore he was called as sajjad. And therefore, Di'b al-Khuzai mentions in his poetry, Diyar Ali wal Hussein wa Ja'far wa Hamza wa Sajjad bi-thafinati. Al-thafinat means the signs of sujood on his face. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayah is showing us the characteristics of the most of the successful, and showing us as if we want to be successful, we need to follow these things. This means the Sahaba radiallahu anhu understood and digested and realized when they are with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, it was no other ordinary man. It was no other ordinary human being. He was Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. By him they were honored. By being around him they were elevated. By realizing who he is, وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ فِيكُمْ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ, they were then given this honor. This is how it is. And you see how Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala alayhi. For Hijrah, in the migration, they go, of course, and they stop by a tent. Hijrah, in the day, in the desert, you have this thirst, you have this hunger. They stop by a place. Bakr radiallahu anhu asks the man for something to drink. He says, here is my sheep, you milk it if you want. He milks As-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu with his blessed hands, and then he takes it and he gives it to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. First thing. And he said, I watched him drink until I was satisfied. Wow, look at this. He said, I gave the laban, I gave it to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and I watched him drink as much until I was satisfied. Why? Of his love to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Not that he said, you're waiting. No. I want him to drink as much as possible until until I was satisfied that he drank. SubhanAllah. They go into the ghar, into the cave. And the kuffar after them, Quraysh, and the fear of Quraysh, the 50 tribes, everyone is sending people after them, armies, weapons, all these things. What sallallahu alayhi wa sallam are walking until they go to Al-Ghar. Al-Ghar is not Ghar Hira. But those people sometimes they go, this is close to Al-Ghar Hira, but not Ghar Hira. And if you go to Al-Ghar now, and you sit in Al-Ghar, where the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu sat, you could see the feet of people coming towards you. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he said, when he saw it, he said, I could see the mushrikeen coming. He started crying. Baka Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. He said, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, why are you crying, Abu Bakr? He saw if Abu Bakr dies, then Abu Bakr dies. But if Rasulullah dies, this is the problem. Huh? And then the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told him, Ya Abu Bakr, ما ظنك باثنين الله ثالثهما. Two people, but they're not alone. Allah is with them. Abu Bakr says in some narration, it says he went into this cave and it was filled with holes. Caves in the desert, holes. He said, I was afraid that there may be things, snakes, whatever it is in them. I took some of my clothes and I covered every hole. Covered every hole until there was one last one at the bottom. I put my feet in there. One of his foot, put it right in there. And the Prophet ﷺ entered, and we were all tired, walking in the desert. Very tired, tiredness overtook us. What do we do? And Nabi ﷺ, I said, Ya Rasulullah, put your head on my thigh and take a nap. I will watch. Meanwhile, what? His foot is filling one hole in the bottom. And the narration says that there was a snake in this hole. The feet of Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu wa Allah, Abu Bakr is not even moving one bit until the poison came into his blood and he started sweating. Poison. And one of the sweat, they went on the face of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam woke up and said, what is with you, Abu Bakr? He said, Ya Rasulullah, this. And the narration says the Prophet ﷺ put one of his honorable saliva and said, Bismillah, and he put it on the foot of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and Abu Bakr said it was like nothing ever happened to it. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا كما أمر وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إرغاما لمن جحد به وكفر وأشهد أن سيدنا مولانا محمدا صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم خاتم الأنبياء المعتبر صلى اللهم وسلم وبارك على هذا النبي وعلى آله أهل التقي والنظر والعلم والأثر وعلى من بآثارهم وشفاء وأثر. After the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم left this dimension, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu became the Khalifa, the first Khalifa. His khutbahs, when he was talking in the khutbah, delivering the khutbah, most of the time, what we say here, now we say Al-Quran, and we say the Prophet ﷺ said in Bukhari, in Muslim, and this. But Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, when he used to stand and talk in the khutbah, he used to say Al-Quran, Allah said so, and I and Rasulullah were doing this. I went with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I came back with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I did this with Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And he keeps saying, I said this with Rasulullah, I did this with Rasulullah, until he falls in crying. And the mothers of the believers, they hear him crying, they all cry. The believers who are sitting, they all cry. And Medina is filled with crying when the Prophet ﷺ is mentioned on the tongue of Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala. Movement, this spiritual movement, this massive, overwhelming environment that elevates people from the bottom of the levels to the highest of the levels. The meanings that the Sahaba Kiram realized, the blessings that they have accepted, and the struggle that they were willing to go through, that they sacrificed everything. For what? يَبْتَغُونَ فَضْلًا مِنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانَهُ. Not to become leaders, not to become chiefs, not to become president, not to become wealthy, not to become poor. The point was يَبْتَغُونَ فَضْلًا مِنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانَهُ. And therefore Allah defeated them. And therefore Allah gave them this maqam. And therefore if it's for us to be successful, it is only if you learn their ways that they took from the Prophet and you follow these ways. to try to see what kind of meaning they understood about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Who was Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to them? How did they deal with him when they were talking about him sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? When in his presence sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, how much was their heart attached to him sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Al-Eid, dear brothers and sisters, is not for you for when Ramadan comes and yes, but Al-Eid is for he who realizes these meanings. He who or she who realizes the meanings of loving Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, of the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of understanding these meanings. These people have Eid. Therefore the awliya of Allah every day with them Eid. Because every day they are Al-Eid ليس لمن لبس الجديد. Eid is not for he who wears new things. Al-Eid لمن طاعته تزيد. And for the one whose obedience is increased. This is who the Eid is. I ask Allah for me and you to do us this tawfiq to understand some of these meanings, to realize these sacrifices, and to realize the meanings that the Sahaba kiram radiallahu anhu about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad kama sallaita ala Sayyidina Ibrahim wa ala ali Sayyidina Ibrahim barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma ansur al-Islam wal Muslimin. أعلي يا مولانا كلمة الحق والدين. اللهم من أراد بالإسلام والمسلمين خيرا فوفقه إليه، من أراد بهم غير ذلك فاجعل دائرة السوء عليه. اللهم رد دينك ردا جميلا. آت أنفسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها مولاها. اشف اللهم مرضانا وعاف مبتلانا وفك أسرانا وارحم موتانا. اغفر اللهم لنا ولآبائنا ولمشايخنا لمن له حق علينا، لمن على الخير أعاننا ولمن عن الشر أبعدنا، ولمن أوصانا بالدعاء، ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات أحياء منهم والأموات، إنك يا ربنا سميع قريب مجيب للدعوات. وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وآله. أقيم الصلاة. الله أكبر. الله